Oh yeah. Now we're in business. Hold on. Hold on. I do something. Okay, controls. Okay, wait. I didn't want to do that. Okay. Airplane. And no, there should be. Ah, here we go. Okay, so now nose up. Okay. RB plus R. RB plus R. Right bumper plus R. Okay. Right B plus R here. Okay, hold on here. See? Right. Let's see. All right, let's go. No, that don't work. I was wondering if I could get the trim. I need to isolate the trim, right?
X-ray Alpha traffic. Cessna November 87376, 1 mile south, 1600, inbound to land, runway 144, X-ray Alpha.
Like, this was a $5,000 run, so I really want to stick this landing so bad. Hang on now. Oh man, we gotta get this landing. Ah, yeah, you're gonna, yeah, okay. I wonder how much they're gonna deduct from me on that one. Short runway, like really short.
I'm sure the trip had its challenges, but I hope my plane didn't take too much of a beating. Thanks for your hard work.
Your plane didn't take no beating, bruh. Come on, give me some money. I wonder what I did. Let's see. Alright, respected condition of the aircraft. Yes, I did. And the landing smoothness was only 37%. We didn't crash. That's 100%. Because that's what we normally be doing. We'll be crashing. I crash and burn like, How much money? Hey, that's, they took, I think they took like a, no, they didn't take really that much. That was a pretty good job right there. Got my reputation up. See guys, look at that. That landing is what got my bad rep. That landing is hard. It's hard right now. It may be hard when I get the controllers in too. I don't know. Let me look. Let me look at what certifications. $70,000. We got money. I like money. We got lots of money. Not really. We only got 17. That is 7,500. You see. Hold on here. Instrument rating. Not used. That's 40,000. Let's spend the money. Let's do it. All right, climb and descent. All right, guys, let's go to training. We're gonna figure out how to do this. How we gonna fly when we can't see nothing. Feel me? Let's go. Okay.
We're flying over the UK's Shetland Islands, just below a thick layer of clouds. Up until now, you've been able to look outside to judge the aircraft's attitude and location. What happens when you lose that outside view? That takes us into the world of instrument flight. When you can't use the horizon for reference due to clouds, darkness, or other hindrances to visibility, you'll need to rely on your airplane's instruments. When flying on instruments alone, you'll need to rely on your attitude indicator to see your pitch and roll information. Modern cockpits like this combine several instruments into one electronic display, called a primary flight display, or PFD. Stay on heading 270, set full power, and climb up to 4,500 feet. Set full power for the climb.
Heading 270. Get on here. 270. We are there. We are gonna reach 4,500 here.
We're climbing up into the cloud layer. Notice how you're starting to lose your outside view. Instead of looking out the canopy, focus your attention on the cockpit instruments. You can maintain wings level using the attitude indicator. Continue climbing to 4,500 feet. Using the vertical SPED indicator and the altimeter, level off at 4,500 feet, while continuing to maintain a heading of 270. Now fly straight and level at 4,500 feet, getting used to not having an outside horizon for reference. Keep us on this heading and take us down to 4,000 feet. Reduce power so that we can descend without gaining speed. Great, increase power again for cruise and keep us at 4,000 feet.
Yeah, there's room for improvement. I ain't that good. I'm not that good, but we passed the thing. I'll tell you now. Ooh, ooh. All right. That's what I'm talking about. Okay. Oh, we got another certification. Look at that. Oh. No, we didn't. Allows you to navigate when you use the visuals. Patient. Let's go. Okay.
Now that you've tried some climbs and descents, we'll introduce turning. Throughout this lesson, maintain your current altitude of 4,000 feet. Our heading is the direction our nose is pointing, measured in degrees. The main electronic display in front of you is the primary flight display, or PFD. At the bottom center of the PFD, we see the horizontal situation indicator, or the HSI. The HSI shows us the direction our nose is pointing, called our heading. Headings are measured in degrees, with east being 090, south 180, west 270, and north 360. Currently we're heading west. That's 270 degrees. When turning, we want to aim for a bank angle of around 20 degrees. Along the top of the attitude indicator are white lines. Each line represents 10 degrees. Normally we use about 20 degrees of bank, which is the second white line. Let's try it out. Make a turn to the left onto heading 180, using 20 degrees of bank. Keep turning until heading south, at which point, smoothly roll back to wings level. That's it, stop turning there and you'll be heading due south. Heading 180. That's it, stop turning there and you'll be heading due south. Heading 180. Great, now try and maintain this heading for a short while. You didn't maintain 4,000 feet while turning. Watch your altitude, maintain 4,000 feet. Now make a turn to the right, onto a heading of 350.
Stall.
Now smoothly roll wings level onto a heading of 350. Now maintain heading 350 for a bit. You didn't maintain 4,000 feet while turning. Watch your altitude, maintain 4,000 feet. Wow, great job. So that's how we make turns using just the instruments. Next we'll look at how to handle speed changes.
Okay. So 99 on the left turn and a 65 on the right. Okay. Get it? Alright, let's see what up. So we got get the basics for the VOR. Just the basics. I'm gonna disappear off the camera, but I ain't going nowhere. Just for a second. Look at that. Oh,
Now that you have the basics of flying the aircraft on instruments, let's look at navigation. There is a worldwide network of radio beacons that pilots use to find their way when flying IFR. The most common beacon is the VOR. I've tuned the Sunberg VOR into your NAV radio, which we're going to fly toward. To get there we'll use the Course Deviation Indicator, CDI. That's the green arrow and bar on the HSI.
Okay.
I've set the CDI for a course of 170. That means we want to arrive at the VOR on a heading of 170. The CDI shows us if we are on our selected course. If the bar is to the left of center, we need to fly to the left to recapture our course. The bar is currently over to the right, so keep flying on this heading and wait for the CDI bar to start moving towards the middle. Keep us on heading 240 for now. Keep us on heading 240 for now. Here it comes. Now make a left turn onto heading 170.
On the 170. Okay, turn left on the H. Okay, hold on. Hold on.
Great. Now keep the CDI bar centered and it'll take us to the VOR. Turn towards the CDI bar to keep it centered. You needed to keep the green CDI bar in the middle.
Okay.
We're getting close to the VOR now. The CDI indications might become erratic or disappear when reaching a VOR, but this is normal. Keep flying straight ahead on heading 170 for a couple miles. think a bit more practice may be a good idea.
I think so. Jewel. Alright. Got the VOR basics down. Let's see what else I don't know. Oh shit, I wanted to see, but I wanted to see. I shouldn't have pressed that quick. Alright. See what this approach is, because if it has anything to do with landing, we are in trouble. As long as we ain't got to land, and that's it, I ain't got to land, oh man, I can keep everybody in the air. We're good. I can fly it upside down. I can do all kinds of stuff. But when we land is the problem. Yeah, it is. Let's look at the briefing. Keep a heading of 270. And an altitude of 1,500 feet. All right. Intercept the ILS localizer. All right. And align the CDI. You got it. Initiate final descent while staying centered on the localizer and the kaleidoscope. Stop relying on the ILS and switch to visual aid when you're close enough to the runway. Okay. Land smoothly. Oh, that's not going to work. We're going to land. I don't know. It's not going to be smooth. Land smoothly and then stop on the runway by applying the brakes. All right. So we're going to slam down on the runway and hop on the runway several times. And then we will slam on the brakes. I'm going to try to safely and softly land on the runway. But man, I don't know. I got landing problems. You know what I mean? I ain't even play. Okay. Let's just see what's going down. ILS approach. Okay. What you got?
So now you've got the basics of flying on instruments. Now we need to get back on the ground. The most common landing aid is the Instrument Landing System, or ILS for short.
Okay.
An ILS uses two directional radio signals, one for lateral guidance called a localizer and the other for vertical guidance called the glide slope. The localizer provides lateral guidance, which directs you onto the runway centerline. The glide slope provides the intended descent angle onto the runway. The localizer is displayed with the CDI, much like in the VOR lesson. Keep flying on a heading of 210 at 1,500 feet and we'll watch for the localizer to come alive. The localizer is moving now. Make a gentle turn to the right, intercepting the localizer and keeping the CDI in the middle. Keep the localizer bar centered and maintain 1,500 feet. The glide slope is displayed next to the altimeter on your PFD. If the green glide slope diamond is above center, you are below the glide path. We always start out below the glide slope, as we want to intercept the localizer first. We'll wait for the glide slope to start moving. Here comes the glide slope. Maintain 1,500 feet until it almost reaches the center. Here it comes. Now reduce power a little and start to descend, using the VSI to aim for 500 feet per minute. both the localizer and glide slope indications centered all the way down to the ground. Reduce speed and set flaps as needed as you make your way down the ILS. We're approaching the runway. This approach has an offset, meaning that the localizer and runway aren't lined up together exactly. Focus on following the ILS for now. We'll transition to a visual landing once we're closer to touchdown. Make only small corrections and remember that each will be more critical as we approach touchdown. The glide slope is starting to drift away from center. You didn't follow the glide slope accurately enough.
500.
Great, now is a good time to transition from flying on instruments to using visual cues to complete the landing. Get us down onto the runway and then come to a smooth stop.
Stall. 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 Stall.
Oh. Ooh. Okay. Okay. You know what? We're taking the exam. Ha! All right. Let's go. Woo! All right. We got it. We're gonna do it. I think I can do it. And then this.
I know that this weather can look... You are getting too far from the flight plan.
Not go off. Okay. Wait, I'm 3,600 feet. Okay. Got
You
it.
went too far off course. I am taking us back to the airport.
What are you talking about?
I know that this weather can look daunting. You are getting too far from the flight plan.
Oh.
Stall.
I am taking us back to the airport.
Oh, wait a minute. All right.
I know that this weather can look daunting. You're getting too far from the flight plan. You went too far off course. I'm taking us back to the airport.
All right, hold on here. Let me look at something. 'Cause
I know that this weather can look daunting. You're getting too far from the flight plan. You went too far off course. I'm taking us back to the airport.
All right.
I know that this weather can look daunting. You are getting too far from the flight plan. You went too far off course. I'm taking us back to the airport.
All right, so let.
I know that this weather can look daunting. You are getting too far from the flight plan. You went too far off course. I am taking us back to the airport.
Hang on a minute. All right, ILS approach. I mean, yeah, it's the landing. Okay. Maybe I missed something. Something. We missed something. We're gonna go see. Hey everybody, like, sub, and follow if you haven't already. It really, really helps my channel.
The VOR system is a classic for navigating via instruments, but modern technology has opened the door for new navigation tools. Our flight plan is made of multiple GPS waypoints. We can use those to guide us when we can't count on visibility. For this lesson, we're going to follow a similar trajectory as in the VOR tutorial, flying over Sumburgh Airport while maintaining an altitude of 4,000 feet. The system looks very similar to the VOR on the avionics. We'll use the CDI. That's the pink arrow and bar on the HSI. Looking at our flight plan, we can see that we're supposed to arrive at the waypoint on a heading of 170. The CDI shows us if we are on our selected course. We've deviated on purpose so that you can see how to catch up to your intended trajectory. Just like with VOR, the gap between the bar and the CDI arrow shows us the direction that we need to head towards to catch up to our course. The bar is currently over to the right, so keep flying on this heading and wait for the CDI bar to start moving towards the middle. Keep us on heading 240 for now. Here it comes. Now make a left turn onto heading 170. Great. Now keep the CDI bar centered and it'll take us to the waypoint. constellations might become erratic or disappear when reaching a GPS waypoint, but this is normal. Keep flying straight ahead on heading 170 for a couple of miles. I think a bit more practice may be a good idea.
All right. All right. What do we get on that? Okay. That's better than some of them that I've had. I ain't even lying. Instrument's not bad. I got that. I got that. Required for cargo transport medium, medevac, starter service, private, and VIP. Okay, that's the RNAV basics. ILS approach. Okay, I've test. Come on, let's just do it. Let's see if we got it. More training. We need to. I need the training though. I need the training on landing. That's what gas. Landing. All right. Yeah, I'm not going nowhere. I'm right here. I just went off the screen. 7376 Sky. In 87376. Let's go.
Alright, it's time to put what you've learned into practice. We're at 5,000 feet following a GPS route toward Sundberg. I'll ask you to perform some handling tasks to test your IFR flying skills. Follow the GPS, as shown in magenta on your CDI, maintaining 5,000 feet and 110 knots. Okay, still maintaining the GPS course, take us down to 3,500 feet, keeping 110 knots airspeed.
Feathering the flaps out so I don't like start breaking the flaps off. Gotta go down to 3,500 feet. Not a problem. We're not picking up any speed, so everything looks good. 3,500's coming just around the corner. Just around the corner. We are 108 knots, and we have achieved.
Next, keep us at 3,500 feet and make a left turn onto heading 060. Keep us at 3,500 feet. Watch your speed, we want 110 knots. You need to work on your speed control.
Watch out.
Keep us at 3,500 feet. Watch your speed, we want 110 knots. You need to work on your speed control.
I'm working on this. Come on. Didn't want the motor all the way revved up, but it looks like yeah. Oh no, I
Stall.
Keep us at 3,500 feet. You were turning the wrong way. You didn't hold your altitude accurately enough.
Stall.
all right. Wick.
I know that this weather can look dark. You are getting too far from the flight plan. You went too far off course. I am taking us back to the airport.
The hell? Hold on now.
I know that this weather can look daunting. You are getting too far from the flight plan. You went too far off course. I am taking us back to the airport.
I know that this weather can look daunting. You are getting too far from the flight plan. You went too far off course. I am taking us back to the airport. Alright, it's time to put what you've learned into practice. We're at 5,000 feet following a GPS route toward Sunberg. I'll ask you to perform some handling tasks to test your IFR flying skills. Follow the GPS, as shown in magenta on your CDI, maintaining 5,000 feet and 110 knots. Okay, still maintaining the GPS course, take us down to 3,500 feet, keeping 110 knots airspeed. Watch your speed, we want 110 knots. You need to work on your speed control.
Alright. Okay. We need 35.
Watch your speed, we want 110 knots.
Not too much, not too much, not too much.
Watch your speed, we want 110 knots. Next, keep us at 3,500 feet and make a left turn onto heading 060. You need to work on your speed control. Keep us at 3,500 feet. You didn't hold your altitude accurately enough. Keep us at 3,500 feet. Watch your speed, we want 110 knots. Keep us at 3,500 feet. You need to work on your speed control. You didn't hold your altitude accurately enough. Watch your speed, we want 110 knots. You need to work on your speed control. Watch your speed, we want 110 knots. You need to work on your speed control. Keep us at 3,500 feet. You didn't hold your altitude accurately enough. Keep us at 3,500 feet. Alright, let's throw some other things your way. You didn't hold your altitude accurately enough. Please bring the speed back to 70 knots. Keep us on heading 060. You went too far off the target heading. Keep us at 3,500 feet. You didn't hold your altitude accurately enough. us at 3,500 feet. You didn't hold your altitude accurately enough. Alright, now keep us at 3,500 feet, 70 knots, and turn us to the right onto heading 225. Watch the speed, we want 70 knots.
Stall.
You need to work on your speed control. Sorry, you were supposed to make a right turn.
Stall. 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 Stall.
Alright. Okay. Alright.
I know that this weather can look daunting. You are getting too far from the flight plan. You went too far off course. I am taking us back to the airport.
You got to be kidding me.
I
Alright,
know that
so-
this weather can look daunting. You are getting too far from the flight plan. You went too far off course. I am taking us back to the airport.
I'm gonna try something, and I'm gonna look at something real quick because I don't understand that.
I know that this weather can look daunting. You are getting too far from the flight plan. You went too far off course. I am taking us back to the airport.
Hmm. Okay. Instrument rating test. You went too far off course.
The instrument rating test in Microsoft Flight Simulator can unexpectedly fail or glitch. This is often because of issues with the starting point, incorrect navigation settings, or conflicting instructions from air traffic control.
Right? Okay. Alright, well, we'll check it out.
I know that this weather can look daunting. You are getting too far from the flight plan.
Stall.
You went too far off course. I am taking us back to the airport.
The current flight will take you back to certification. Yeah. Okay. Plane mission landing space up 50%. Okay. Certifications.
I know that this weather can look daunting. You are getting too far from the flight plan. You went too far off course. I am taking us back to the airport.
Something ain't right here. Hold on.
I know that this weather can look daunting. You are getting too far from the flight plan. You went too far off course. I am taking us back to the airport. I know that this weather can look daunting. You are getting too far from the flight plan. You went too far off course. I am
Alright.
taking us back to the airport.
One more thing, and then I am going to, we're just gonna go fly a mission. I will figure this out.
I know that this weather can look daunting. You are getting too far from the flight plan. You went too far off course.
Yeah.
I am taking us back to the airport.
I know that this weather can look daunting. You are getting too far from the flight plan. You went too far off course. I am taking us back to the airport.
I know that this weather can look daunting. You are getting too far from the flight plan. You went too far off course. I am taking us back to the airport.
Wow. Okay. That weird. Rear mode bug. Okay. 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 Hold up. Wait a minute. I think we got it. I'm gonna figure it out.
I know that this weather can look daunting. You are getting too far from the flight plan. You went too far off course. I am taking us back to the airport.
I know that this weather can look daunting. You are getting too far from the flight plan. You went too far off course. I am taking us back to the airport.
So this is a bug in the game, huh?
I know that this weather can look daunting. You are getting too far from the flight plan. You went too far off course. I am taking us back to the airport.
This doesn't make no sense. I'm gonna do some crazy time here. Alright.
I know that this weather can look daunting. You are getting too far from the flight plan.
The second that I enter the...
You went too far off course. I am taking us back to the airport.
Alright, let me see if there's any other fixes. Fails you instantly upon spawning players. Okay. Okay. So we're gonna figure this out, guys. Turn off live weather. Okay. All right. Cool. Cool. Yep. We're gonna. Um, all right. Let's try to restart it. It's a bug. So if we get it all worked out, we're gonna work it out together. It's a pretty serious bug. Let's see if we can get it worked out. Because I'm like, it just shoves you and you're off course. And I'm like, okay, that's cool. But you know what's up? Yeah, no. No, we ain't gonna do that. No. Now I'm gonna tell you, they can't be doing this. This is I'm loving this game. You know what I'm saying? All right. There we go. There we go.
I know that this weather can look daunting, but you will be able to perform your approach by relying on your aircraft's instruments.
Yeah, I'm really off course, bro.
Just like you did in your training.
Tower, Cessna Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf Sierra, inbound RNAV runway, 27 approach.
Cessna Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf Sierra, Tower, QNH 101 cleared RNAV runway, 27 approach.
Cleared RNAV runway, 27 approach. Cessna X-Ray Golf Sierra.
Runway 27, number one way. Runway 27. Alright, say that fast 10 times in a row. You know what I'm saying? We are just about going to line up. Looking good, looking good, looking good. Hey guys, if you haven't liked or subscribed or followed yet, if you hit those buttons, that means the world. If you're getting any kind of, if you're enjoying this, yeah, I'm enjoying it. I hope you're enjoying it. I'm glad that wasn't a real bad bug, you know what I'm saying? Trying to kind of stay on, get back on. We are going too low, I do believe. Well, we probably need it. Where we at? So we need... That's PB-271 right there. That's that bank. Okay. I'm jerking this damn aircraft the hell around. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Come here, you son
You
of a
can
bitch.
switch back to visual flight rules before landing. Identifying the runway lights should help you during the transition.
Okay. Tablet does help just a little bit. maps out a little bit too right there. Maintaining 3,400, 3,500, somewhere around there. I do think we need to probably fly
Cessna
down.
X-ray Golf Sierra, wind 270, at 12, clear to land runway 27. Cessna X-ray Golf Sierra, did you copy?
Oh,
Clear to land runway 27. Cessna X-ray Golf Sierra.
all right, here we go, guys. Here we go. We're not, we're way. Yeah, I don't know. We'll slow down. We'll slow down.
Stall.
Cessna X-ray Golf Sierra, exit runway, when able.
Oh man. See, we bounce.
Cessna X-ray Golf Sierra, contact ground on 118 1.8.25.
I come bouncing in, beat the hell out of the plane every time. I'm telling you, man, it's horrible.
118.25. Cessna X-Ray Golf Sierra. Ground, Cessna Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf Sierra. Request taxi to parking.
Cessna Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf Sierra. Taxi to General Aviation, parking via Taxiway Kilo.
Taxiing to General Aviation parking via Taxiway Kilo. Cessna X-Ray Golf Sierra.
Move, lady. All right.
You've got your certification, but there are some aspects of your flying that you could try to improve.
Uh-huh. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Landing. Spec flight plan. Altitude. Okay. All right. Well, we got that. We got that. Now, that one. And then the multi-engine is $40,000. Wow. 40 grand. You understand? 5 missions unlocked. Yes.
You now have access to real condition missions. These allow you to scroll back up to 24 hours to fly in real-world weather conditions over the past day.
Real world weather conditions. Slider allows you to access 24-hour historical record of the weather conditions. Really no.
Adjusting the time slider will reveal a variety of different missions only available in specific weather and lighting conditions. Meanwhile, missions that are not time-dependent remain available at all times.
Huh.
Check the weather conditions, also known as METR-TAF, carefully when selecting a mission. IFR icon means you will have to fly in IFR conditions.
Okay.
But there is also MVFAR icon and LIFAR icon.
Okay. Okay.
A warning icon means this mission is not recommended under the current weather. Fly at your own risk.
Is there more money? Really? That's $4,500 right there. That is $4,500. Okay, well, hold on. Hold on. Okay. Yeah, I'm cool with it. Let's see where we are. Okay. It's $3,800 right there. Let's see. Let's look at it. Let's see what the flight plan looks like. Runway 19, and we'll go this way. Alright. Should be able to knock this one out. That'll put us at 10,000. $38.70. 69 nautical miles. That's not bad. But before we take off in the plane, the pilot is give me 1 second. Right. 1 second. I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. Yep, back. It's all me. I'm really here. I'm really here. Yep. Not AI. It's me. Alright, 69 nautical miles. Let's go, bro. I don't like skipping nothing, man. I like the whole immersion. You know, I like to get in it. But we don't have to do it. Oh no. We don't, yeah. And the static port cover. There. Okay. So let's get rid of that. Alternate air. All right.
Hey, Cap. John here. Thanks for stepping up for this ferry flight. Today, this charming little 172 Skyhawk is heading to Wide Bar Ranch. Now that it's repaired, the owner needs her aircraft flown back to a field near her place. Ms. Lynch, the owner, is expecting you at the destination on time. Fly safe.
Always. Let's request a taxi
44
out.
X-ray Alpha traffic. Cessna November 5 Tree 911 is taxiing to runway 19er. 44 X-ray Alpha.
Right before the hold short. Okay. He's touching it right there. There we go. Now it's takeoff.
44 X-ray Alpha traffic. Cessna November 5 Tree 911. Taking off runway 19er. Departure to the west. 44 X-ray Alpha.
All right. Departure to the west, and we are going to enter runway 19. We are on our way. Make sure we keep our speed down because they get pissed off if you go over like 20 knots. They get pissed off. So yeah, we don't want to piss them off. I want that money because I'm gonna look. The landing's gonna be rough. I might tell you like I've got confidence in myself, like we won't like crash and die, but we may be bouncing or we may slam down on the runway. That's the way we land here. Is we put a firm landing on the ground. Slam the hell out of the plane. Break the damn wheels off of it, you know. Make a U-turn. We are. Whoa! No. No. Mm-mm. Nope. Mm-mm. Ugh. All right. Yeah. We're skipping it now.
Hey, Captain. John here. Thanks for stepping up for this ferry flight. Today, this charming little 172 Skyhawk is heading to Wide Bar Ranch. Now that it's repaired, the owner needs her aircraft flown back to a field near her place. Ms. Lynch, the owner, is expecting you at the destination on time. Fly safe.
"44 X-ray Alpha traffic. Cessna November 5 Tree 911 is taxiing to runway 19er. 44 X-ray Alpha."
We're gonna try this again. I wasn't happy with that at all.
X-ray Alpha traffic. Cessna November 5 Tree 911. Taking off runway 19er. Departure to the west. 44 X-ray Alpha.
Don't sink. Don't sink.
We will be at 1,900 feet in no time. We're at 1,200 now. Holding pretty steady. Holding pretty steady. Looking good. Looking real good. I gotta make $40,000. So we're gonna be doing missions tomorrow. Whole day. I want to keep getting certifications. And the more I do, the better I'm gonna get on that landing. And it'll get better. It'll get a lot better. I know it will. We're still holding around 1,500. We're losing a little bit of altitude, so we'll just 0.2 of a degree. We'll raise it up. We'll start slowly climbing back up. Slowly. Put it back down. Double back out. 62 nautical miles left. We have 33% fuel left in the tanks, 3% trim, and altitude of 1,609 feet. And we are on track. It's looking good, looking real good. Beautiful up here. Beautiful. Look at the dirt on the window. Great. Everything's looking good. Looking fine. Weather's nice, sun's out. This was a good trim wheel. I like it. We have 51 nautical miles left. And everything is looking good. Oh yeah. Going to Y Bar Ranch. I don't want to lose too much. We'll stay around 1,500 feet. Let the damn plane out. Hell, I'm telling you now. we are really, really this way. Let's put that as 0. We have 42 nautical miles left, 30% fuel remaining, and an airspeed of 100 knots. This is a kind of a slow airplane. It's busting at the seams at 100 knots right now. I'm not going nowhere. Just hiding from the camera for a minute. Don't need to be on the camera. I need to make 40 grand to get the other certification. Multi-engine certification. I want that one. Much at 100, 105 knots, constant. Not too awful. Kind of bad, but not too awful. And that's pretty much, no, it ain't all. That's not all it has. It's got some more, but I ain't got it throttled out. Trying to maximize my money making and my flight time, racking up flight time and making money. And I think I've got this, I think I got 6 certifications now. I don't know, I have to look again, I don't remember. Greenery. Ain't that pretty? 15 knots airspeed on average, and we are at 2,030 feet. And descending.
Tango Tree 1 traffic. Cessna November 5, Tree 911. 5 miles southeast, 1700, inbound to land. Runway Tree 1, Tango Tree 1. on final, runway tree 1, to land, Tango Tango tree 1.
Stall. Stall.
I'm sure the trip had its challenges, but I hope my plane didn't take too much of a beating. Thanks for your hard work.
Okay. So I got to get some more certifications here. Skydive Association. Okay. Cargo transport. Perform airplane missions with landing smoothness above 50%. And I've had 4 of those. Almost got that. Oh. Cargo transport. Turboprop. Engine rating. Oh, okay, so I've got to do some certifications. Medevac. Oh, we gotta get. We ain't even. Yeah. Okay, gotcha. Cargo transport. Okay. The little green Cessna 172 Skyhawk. That one looks fun. That one does. Right there. All right. All right, everybody, like, sub, and follow if you haven't already. It really helps the channel out. It helps it grow. I appreciate you guys. I will be on in the morning tomorrow. Y'all have a good night.